Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany, and today's video we're going to be showing you our setup for processing the chickens that we raise for meat production. And Kyle did most of the filming for this video, but I did just want to do a quick introduction for you, and then I will do a little bit of voiceover towards the end to explain a couple of just pictures I took. I didn't do video of the entire process just because of some of the YouTube restrictions on that. So I just wanted to give you a quick intro, and I'll get into the video here so you can see what we're doing.
We got 8 weeks of feeding these, and then they're going to weigh somewhere between 6 and 8 pounds and be ready for the freezer. This is what we use for the starting feed. I tell people I try not to get in the GMO, non-GMO debate. And I mean that, I try not to. I have viewpoints on that, but I still participate in conventional agriculture. All I will say is that this is just a conventional feed. And it's a crumble here. What I'm going to do is just put some of this straight on the ground for scratch to get them where they can start eating something. And then I've got some little feed trays that we'll put in half underneath and half out. That way, if they're cold, they can eat inside. And if not, they'll come out here. But back to with the feed, this is conventional. I will say there is a noticeable difference in the fat content of the chicken at butchering when you do conventional or non-GMO. It's just finding non-GMO feed in our area is, especially anything local and affordable, is just not that easy. I was driving, 2.5 hours one way to get it when I was using it a few years ago. And so the only reason I was doing that is because customers were asking for it. But this does have Kent's NutriVantage in it, which is well, it's not organic, it is a natural product. Same with the prebiotics and enzymes. But they'll be on this for about 2 weeks and then move over to a more adult mix. You can see they were thirsty. So, but yeah, that's how we start out our chicks. So this morning, we're getting all set up and ready to be able to butcher chickens. And Brittney asked me to sort of walk you through the process we aren't going to be able to show you the whole thing from start to finish just because of some of the YouTube restrictions. But I'll show you the equipment and the setup we have, and I'll show you the chickens, how big they have grown, and what they're going to look like when we're finished. But first, it is just one beautiful morning. Say hello to Murphy. He's going to have to stay pinned up today because of, well, doing chickens and all of that. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and walk you through the setup. All the equipment is stuff that I have made, or well, I and my dad have made, and then I'll show you our processing tables. Okay, so first step we have is the kill cones. And every year I keep saying I'm going to buy some nice stainless steel kill cones, and every year comes and we're using the same ones that we made. It's a very basic, just cone on a stand. Everything that's here is stuff that we had, well, just about everything is stuff we had laying around. So we can put them in here and it turns around. And this is where the kill will happen. Once they're sufficiently bled, then we come over here to the scalder. And I made this out of an old, I think it was a water heater or water heat pressure tank, and very basic, hooked up on propane. And the most expensive thing that we spent is on this thermostat right here, which that's what's underneath the waterproof tape, is a thing of insulation and a thermometer. And we got two burners under here. I don't know if I can get you to see the flame. But right now the water, it started out at, it's at 60 now. It's a little less than that out of the well. It'll take about an hour to heat up. And when the chickens come out of these kill cones, they go over to this, and these are just, you can get them at the hardware store. They're broom holders. You can shackle the chicken feet there, and then they go in here up and down just a little bit, and they set in that about 140 to 145 degree water for, I'll be honest, I'm not sure how long. Dad always works on this end, but he'll pull it up until the tail and wing feathers easily pull out. And then you come over to the scalder, or not the scalder, the plucker, which if you don't have a good scald, the pluck won't work. And again, we made this. You can order these little rubber fingers online. And the bottom of it turns. I don't have it plugged in yet, but you can see. And we can put 3 of them in there at a time, and it plucks them and cleans them. Okay, now our processing setup is, we salvaged these old kitchen porcelain, well, cast iron porcelain sinks and counters, and they're just on metal legs. And I just rinsed them off. We got to actually sanitize and wash them because they also work really well as a place to bring in garden vegetables and stuff out of the garden. So we got to clean everything off and sanitize it. And also this building has became a catch-all during our move from getting married. But they work great. Those are nice. We need to replace them, but anyway, we bring the chickens on in here and we can clean and process them on these tables. And you know, you guys, you can find these. Both of these were just laying around the farm, and we brought them in and cleaned them up to use. And then, hi Murphy. I got an old freezer that had went out a long time ago. And I like this one because it's an aluminum inside instead of just a painted. We'll sanitize it up and clean it up, and we fill it with well water. And if it was the summertime, we'd add ice to it. As you can see, there's frost on the ground. We don't need ice, but that'll be our chill tank. We'll bring the chickens out here after they're clean. They'll go in that good clean water and get the heat out of them. And then after that, we'll pull them out, let them drain, and we put them in shrink bags, to which we dip in hot water to shrink, pushes all the air out, and they keep better in the freezer. And then they go in the freezer. So hopefully everything works and goes well today. We've got 50 chickens to do. We should be able to knock that out inside of a couple hours once we finally get our rhythm going.
So what you're seeing here is just Kyle's dad backing up with the chickens to the scalder station so that he can get started. And then, like Kyle was saying earlier, we do heavily sanitize that washroom. Any surface that any of those chickens come in contact with, we sanitize before and after use. And so that's what you see Kyle doing here. They're sanitizing also the chill tank, which is that old freezer that we just use as a chill tank. And then this right here is just a quick picture I took of Kyle while he was cleaning one of the birds, just to show you we wear gloves and we also wear aprons anytime we are processing our birds. We try to keep everything as clean as humanly possible. And we did actually move Murphy out of his pen, and we cabled him on the other side of the house just because we really did not want him having a front row seat. His kennel is right next to the scalder and the kill cones. And I don't feel like it's right to have him just watch that entire process. So we moved him to the other side of the house so that he would not see that. And Miles and I hung out inside while Kyle and his parents did all of the processing. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you have any questions, drop them down in the comment section for us, and I'll do my best to get those answered for you. And we will catch you in the next video. If you have not already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit subscribe and then ring the bell so that you're notified every time we post a video.